When it comes to changing your physique, you might come across the two terms of bulking versus cutting. But do you really know what the difference is between the two? Well, in today's video, I'm going to explain to you what the difference is when it comes to bulking versus cutting and which one is better for optimal muscle growth. What's going on, everyone? It's Coach Angelo here, and in today's video, I'm going to explain to you what the difference is when it comes to either bulking versus cutting. For any of you that are new to my channel, my name is Angelo. I'm a both fitness and nutrition coach that specializes in body transformation clients, and I've competed in numerous powerlifting and bodybuilding competitions before in the past. Before we begin, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel down below, hit that bell button. This way you'll be notified when I post another educational fitness video, something like this, or if you want to see a home workout or gym workout. And I also post food recipe videos as well. And the goal of my channel is to help you transform your body while boosting your self-confidence so you can accomplish things that you never dreamed possible and ensure you're enjoying every step of this amazing journey. Now, the very first thing we need to do is we need to explain what the difference is when it comes to bulking versus cutting. Let's start with bulking first. A bulk is a phase in your training program where you're eating a caloric surplus, which means you're eating more calories than what your body's burning. The goal is to increase your body weight, primarily focus on increasing muscle mass on your body. Usually a bulk is combined with high intensity resistance training to help boost both muscle and strength gain. Depending on how much weight you're trying to gain, a bulk can last anywhere between 1 to 6 months long, but I recommend to bulk anywhere between 4 to 6 months and no minimum than 2 months if you want to see significant gains. Now, you might heard of these two terms when it comes to bulk, of either doing a dirty bulk or doing a lean bulk, which this is a topic that I could explain more in depth for you in a future video. If there's something that you would like to see, let me know in the comment section down below. But in short, the biggest difference when it comes to a lean bulk, you're trying to gain as much weight as you can while minimizing how much body fat you put on during the process. Usually on a lean bulk, you're gonna have a small caloric surplus, anywhere between 200 to 500 calories per day. Now, with a dirty bulk, calorie goals are thrown out the window and your main objective and goal is to eat as much calories as you can every single day. There are obviously both pros and cons when it comes to either doing a dirty bulk and a lean bulk. The goal of a lean bulk is you're gonna put on as much muscle or weight as you can while minimizing how much body fat you're putting on during the process. The cons with a lean bulk, your progress is gonna be a lot slower, but at the end of the day, transforming your body is a marathon, not a sprint. Now, with a dirty bulk, you're gonna notice an increase on how much muscle and strength you're gonna be putting on, but it comes with a sacrifice because you're gonna put on an extensive amount of body fat, which is gonna lead to your cutting phase being that much longer. And the longer you have to cut body fat, you are gonna run a risk of losing some muscle mass during the process because you're cutting for a longer period of time just to try to get rid of the excess amount of body fat you put on during the dirty bulk. Now, I have done both processes when it comes to doing a dirty bulk versus a lean bulk, and I'm gonna have some photos on the screen up over here for your reference to see. The only time I recommend someone to do a dirty bulk if they're a hard gainer and then their metabolism is so high that they're having troubles to gain weight. Other than that, I will highly advise not to. Like I mentioned before, when you do a dirty bulk, you're gonna put on an extensive amount of body fat, which is gonna lead to a longer cutting phase. And the longer you're gonna cut, you are gonna notice a decrease of both muscle mass and strength. It took me personally over 9 months to get stage ready when I did a dirty bulk last year, when I went from 215 pounds to my stage weight of 170. So that period could have been significantly shorter if I went and did a lean bulk and focus on a small caloric surplus. And instead of gaining that much weight, I would have had to only cut down for maybe a period between 3 to 4 months long. Instead, focus on a lean bulk and have a caloric surplus of anywhere between 200 to 500 calories per day. Still incorporate cardio in your training program and focus on gaining anywhere between 0.25 to 0.5% of your body weight per week. If you hit a plateau, focus on having a small caloric surplus of anywhere between 100 to 200 calories per day. Also increase the amount of training volume you're doing in your program. And make sure to always track how much calories you're intaking on a daily basis using an app like MyFitnessPal. and also track your workouts as well. So this way you can increase the intensity each week. Now let's talk about cutting, and I'll have some photos on the screen over here of when I did my last bodybuilding show. A cut is a period where you're gonna be on a caloric deficit and your main objective is to lose body fat while maintaining as much muscle mass as you can in the process. When it comes to cutting, a lot of people think that you want to focus on just high reps. However, that is far from true. You still want to focus on lifting as heavy as you can, if not even more. But you are going to notice a slight decrease in both strength and energy because of the decrease of calories you're consuming on a daily basis. The goal is to continue to push yourself as hard as you can during your workout and aim to eat a sufficient amount of protein in your diet. Aim to have anywhere between 1 to 1.5 of grams of protein per body weight during a cutting phase. To start, you want to first know what your maintenance calories is. I'll have a link somewhere above over here and in the description down below on how to find your maintenance calories. Then once you find your maintenance calories, you want to subtract anywhere between 250 to 500 calories per day and continue to do this for a period of anywhere between 2 to 4 months long. Again, avoid cutting for too long because you do run a risk of losing muscle mass during the process. You should aim to lose anywhere between 0.5 to 1% of body weight per week. If you're finding this information very useful so far, make sure to give this video a thumbs up down below. Now, before we go any further, let's talk about the pros and cons of both bulking versus cutting. Okay, let's start with bulking. So the pros: promotes muscle gaining, increased strength, increased bone density, allows for efficient recovery from exercise, promotes healthy libido. Some of the cons: may lead to excess fat gains, can affect blood values, can make you feel sluggish, can decrease insulin sensitivity, can decrease athletic performance. Now for cutting, starting with the pros: promotes fat loss. You may find it improves muscle appearance, may promote improve in blood values, can increase insulin sensitivity, allows for better athletic movement. And some of the cons: slight muscle loss in common, can decrease certain sex hormones and libido, you may feel hungry, can decrease bone density, may affect sleep quality. I know at this point of the video, some of you are probably asking the same question. That's great that you're explaining the difference between the two, but which one should I focus on right now? And which one's gonna help me to gain the most muscle? I'm glad that you asked that question because this is the point in the video where I'm gonna explain to you which one you need to focus on. Now, before you decide if you want to either bulk or cut, you need to ask yourself, what is your top fitness goal at the end of the day? If you're trying to gain muscle, then starting on bulk would be more beneficial for you. An easy rule of thumb on deciding on what method you want to do first is to examine how much body fat percentage you have on your body. I would have some photos on the screen over here so you can see as a reference. If you're a male, anywhere between 10 to 15%, and a female between the range of 20 to 25% body fat, and your goal is to increase muscle mass, then starting a bulk would be a good start for you. However, if you're a male over 15 to 20% body fat, and for a female above 25%, then starting a cut would be the smartest move to do. You don't want to gain any more body fat when you already have an extensive amount on your body. Now, another question I usually get asked a lot is, what if I'm skinny fat and I want to gain both muscle and lose weight at the same time? Is this possible? Now, you could do both, which is called body recomposition, but this usually applies to a very few specific circumstances. For example, if you're a complete beginner, you have an advantage what is called newbie gains, and you could gain both muscle and lose fat at the same time. Another scenario is if you have an extensive amount of body fat and you have never done resistance training before, and of course if you're on PEDs. Now, if your main goal is to strictly put on as much muscle mass as you can, and if you're a male under 15% body fat and a female under 25, then I recommend starting a lean bulk where you have a small caloric surplus of anywhere between 100 to 200 calories per day, and still make sure you're incorporating cardio in your training program. But like I mentioned before, if you're an untrained trainee, then you have an advantage of both gaining muscle and losing weight at the same time. And once you reach your top fitness goal, and then you're gonna transition to a maintenance period where you're eating your maintenance calories and you're enjoying the benefits of living a healthy and strong life. If you're someone that's more advanced, then it is a little bit harder to try to focus on gaining muscle and losing weight at the same time. This is where you have to sit down and prioritize what you want to do during your current training program. If you either want to build muscle or you want to focus on losing weight. What I usually recommend is have a period of where you're bulking anywhere between 2 to 6 months long, and then from there transition to a cutting period. And if you are happy with the way you are, you can either maintain or just go back into that building and cutting phase. If you've been getting value from watching this video, make sure again, give this video a thumbs up down below and let me know in the comment section, what is your top takeaways? What is something you learned different when it comes to bulking versus cutting? And if there's a specific fitness educational video you'll like me to make, let me know as well. If you're someone that needs some additional help or support to reach your fitness goal, make sure to click the link in my description. And remember, like this video, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.